I'm Father David Hollenbach. I'm professor in the Department of Theology at Boston College, and I'm also the director of the Center for Human Rights and International Justice at Boston College. Burning a church, burning a house of worship is a very significant violation of the fundamental right to religious freedom. If people are not able to worship in peace and in tranquility within their own house of worship, within their own church, it surely limits their access to expressing their religious belief, and it's a limitation, very direct, obviously, affront to their freedom of religion. In Sudan, there has been for a long time conflict between people of the north and of the south. The war that took place, that was ended by the Comprehensive Peace Agreement in 2005, lasted for almost 20 years. An important dimension of that conflict had to do with religion, between Muslims in the north and Christians and followers of African traditional religion in the south. The conflict was not simply a religious conflict. There were deep economic dimensions to it, conflict about the oil. There were some racial dimensions to it between those regarding themselves as Arabs and those whom they saw as African. And there were clearly direct, simple political dimensions to the conflict. Some in the north simply wanting to keep control and power over those who were. So it's a complicated blend of religion, economics, because of the oil, of race and ethnicity, of power politics, but religion plays a role in it. And it seems to me that in the burning of the church, religion is being used in some way as a symbol of the division between people. It is not a way of saying that Muslims and Christians are somehow necessarily in conflict with each other. There are other dimensions of this conflict, and religion is being used as a way of dividing people. And I think that we need to find ways to get beyond seeing religion as a divider to seeing religion as a uniter, a bridge between people, and finding ways to do that through the kind of efforts that are being made in the rebuilding of this church, of people from different traditions coming together to help rebuild it, is a way, it seems to me, of overcoming the kind of division that has led to the burning of a church in Khartoum. The artistic expression of people's deep religious beliefs in the kinds of art that they have in a church is a deep expression of their identity and of who they are. And if people from diverse communities, from Muslim and Christian and other religious communities, can cooperate in helping to rebuild a church that contains art that expresses people's deep identity, it's a symbol that it's possible to bring people from different traditions together to collaborate, to build peace, to build a society that is not divided, and two societies of North and South Sudan that are at war with each other, but rather that religion can be a source of unity rather than a source of division, it seems to me is a very important task. And bringing art and painting and sculpture and other forms of art into the expression of religion as a source of unity is an extraordinarily important contribution to trying to work for peace in Sudan between North and South. As we look at the world and see these conflicts and divisions that separate people and that lead to the burning of churches and ultimately to the deaths of many people through conflict, finding ways to use all the resources we have of our minds and of our hearts and of our capacity to build architecture, make art, bring ideas, bring deep convictions to bear on building peace is an extremely important task. All of these things can be brought to bear to help build and bring peace to countries like the Sudans who have been forced into unfortunate and bloody conflict. So I think that any way that people can contribute to a project like that is extremely valuable.